Hello, guys. Listen, all believers, all Christians are suffering. All of them, they are suffering. And I'm not talking about fake Christians. No, I'm talking about the ones who are denying themselves, because Jesus Christ gave us a requirement in the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 34. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. So we are following Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, from verse 21 to 23. We are called to follow the steps of Jesus Christ. He committed no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth. When they hurled their insults at him, he didn't retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. You see what's going on? When you suffer, my dear brothers and sisters, don't say, but I did nothing wrong. The Bible speaks plain here. Jesus was perfect. He committed no sin, but he suffered. They insulted him. You see what's going on? If you're not suffering, you're not a Christian. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. If you're not suffering, you are not a Christian. Because Jesus was perfect, but he suffered. If you're persecuting back, you are not a Christian. They persecute you, you persecute back. They persecute you, you persecute back. You are not a Christian. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know why, but you're not a Christian. Hey, the Bible speaks plain here. You are going to suffer, my dear brothers and sisters. You are going to suffer. The Bible tells us in the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 29. It has been granted to you on behalf of Jesus Christ, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for him. Listen to the language of the Bible. You are going to suffer. Let me say this again. You must remember that long suffering is one of the fruit of the Spirit. Okay, let's go to the fruit of the Spirit. Let's go to the book of Galatians, chapter 5, from verse 22 to 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such, there is no law. You see, long-suffering. You are going to suffer for a long time. You are going to suffer for a long time. I don't know how long you're going to suffer, but the Bible speaks plain. You are going to suffer for a long time. So all Christians are suffering. All of them. They are suffering. My dear brothers and sisters, you are going to fight against sin. You are going to fight against demonic spirits in people. Because the Bible tells us that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. You are going to fight against demonic spirits in people and against sin. In the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh desires what is contrary to the flesh, and the flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit. The spirit what is contrary to the flesh. So they are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. So you see what's going on? Your flesh will tell you, not every day, but many times, your flesh will tell you that, you know what, let's fornicate. Okay, let's commit adultery. Okay, let's watch porn then. Okay, today let's not mind our own business. Today let's talk about others. Today let's gossip. Today let's lie there and there. Let's steal there and there. You see what's going on? These are the acts of the flesh. And you know that in the kingdom of God, this is not allowed. So you are going to suffer. Your flesh is going to push you to sin. But you must resist. You must resist. You are going to suffer for a long time. Listen to the language of the Bible here. God is talking. You are going to suffer for a long time. Jesus said, I'm not here to bring peace, but a sword. A man against father, daughter against mother, just like that. So if your dad is an unbeliever, you are going to fight. If your mom is an unbeliever, you are going to fight. If your son, if your daughter is an unbeliever, you are going to fight. Just if your brother, if your sister are unbelievers, you are going to fight just like that. If your woman, if your man is an unbeliever, you are going to fight. If your dad claims to be a believer but believes in women preachers, you are going to fight. You are going to fight because one day, because he will tell you that let's go to church, son. And you will tell him that, Dad, women are not allowed to preach. You are going to fight. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are going to suffer. This is not a listen, this is not a game. If you're a real Christian, you are going to suffer. If you're a real Christian, you know this. You know this. You are suffering. If your friends are unbelievers, you are going to fight. So, my dear brothers and sisters, be strong in the Lord and be alert and of sober mind wherever you go.